is Mr. Valentine, and welcome to Season 3 of Late Night at the Pharmacy. Man, oh man, it is the season premiere, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, if I was coming out stepping. I've got the hottest jazz saxophone player in the world. That's right, Ski Johnson, live in the building. And also Hollywood has officially come. That's right, Alpo Paul Jerry is in the building here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, it's going to be amazing. I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm excited. So let's do what we got to do. Let's jump into it right now. Late Night at the Pharmacy is going to be right back after this brief commercial break.
We done took a dream and turned it to a scene. Anything I wanted, everything I needed. Gotta pace yourself, it's all about your baby. You can have it all, it's all about your race. I done took my name and carved it in the cement.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Season 3, and man, we've had a lot of fun. I've missed you guys. I know you guys have missed me, but you guys know what time it is. It's time for that hard-hitting news. Man, oh man, we've got to say special shout-outs to the entire Wayans family. That's right, the entire family is up for an NAACP Image Award. Guys, I need to let you know how unprecedented this is, what impact that they have that they're showing right now. Guys, this is the first family ever, I believe, in the history to get an Image Award from NAACP as a unit, guys. That is amazing. Usually you get one award. Usually one person out of the family gets recognized, but the entire family is being recognized. Guys, we know them from amazing projects like Keen and Ivory Wayans gave us from In Living Color, or how about the Marlon and that crazy brother of his, the Wayans Brothers show, going all the places like White Chicks, having projects going left and right. Damon with My Wife and Kids and Tisha Campbell. Guys, these guys have delivered projects and Scary Movie. Who can forget about Scary Movie, the entire franchise? Shout out to Marlon for getting access back to the franchise. I'm going to watch Scary Movie again. Speaking of Scary Movie, Marlon's been all up in the news these days because of his Soulja Boy beef. Man, he talking about that boy's teeth was so jacked up before his veneers, he looked like he was on crack and meth. First of all, I didn't even know you can be on crack and meth simultaneously. I thought you had to pick one. And if you don't pick one, you end up looking like one of them cats in Baltimore with that Baltimore lean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see it here in a second. I'm gonna have it playing right there. You see the lean? They got that gangster lean. Yeah, that's exactly what they got. You don't want that meth or that crack. But a mixture together, Marilyn Wayans has called it creth. First of all, if you're gonna get into a beef, you don't get into a beef with no comedian. He gonna rip you apart as soon as he sees you. And if you're gonna get into a beef with a comedian, why would you pick a heavyweight like Marlon? Why would you do yourself something like that? This man literally creates movies about comedy and will rewrite 26 sketches of it before he even decides to put all the sketches together. And each sketch is funnier than the next. You talking about a creative genius? I wouldn't fool with him. You need to stop fooling with him too. But once again, shout out to the entire Wayans family, because not only is their first generation successful, but they have been able to cultivate their family and make the generations underneath them just as successful, if not even better. Guys, that is absolutely amazing. Speaking of absolutely amazing, NBA All-Star Weekend is officially under wraps, and it's all wrapped up, guys. What an amazing weekend. A lot of people got a lot of negative reactions from it. They said it's not that good. They said, why are we looking at Shaq? Why are we looking at Ernie? And why are we looking at the crazy boy with no chip? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Old Barkley over there, Sir Charles. They said they don't want to look at them the entire time. We want to see the dunk contest. We want to see real superstars out there balling. LeBron James out there talking left and right, and he ain't played in the All-Star game since 2004. Think about that, guys. Saying that it was like one of the worst projects that he's seen. Man, I agree with Stephen A. I'm sitting there watching First Take earlier today, and he said something. He's like, this is the players' fault. The reason why the All-Star Weekend looks the way it is and we aren't watching All-Star Weekend anymore, because the players don't care. And when the players don't care, we don't care. And why don't we care? Because we see the minimal effort that you guys are giving us. Guys, we want that All-Star game back like we had it back in the 90s, where when you guys went on that court, it was just like Game 7 in the NBA Finals. You had to prove that the East was better than the West. Now we got rising All-Stars versus the old heads. That's not even East versus West. Like when it was East versus West, you knew who's going to shoot. The player, Kobe on one side, I'm banking on Kobe. AI on the other, I'm banking on AI on the other side. But it was so competitive back then because they loved the game of basketball so much that they would not allow anything or anybody to deter them from their mission. And their mission was always that almighty W, baby. So man, All-Star Weekend, I want to know, guys. I want to hear your feedback. Tell me, did you like All-Star Weekend? The dunk contest was amazing. We got a two-time NBA dunk contest winner now. And now also, we all know that Dame Lillard situation. I don't know what's up with Dame, but Dame got beat by a fan in the three-point contest. The boy won $100,000 by beating Damian Lillard. Drained a three-pointer that was out 30 feet. I was like, good God almighty. And he drained it with what, a second, 2 seconds left? Shout out to that boy, because he got $100K, and you saw how he was swimming. They had the money on deck. They said, we ain't cutting you that big old check. And that's what I was like, when did y'all start cutting big old checks? I want to go work with the NBA, because NBA pay you up front. They ain't waiting on your money, ain't no cut. You get your cut right then and there. Speaking of getting your cut right then and there, y'all need to cut that heat on, because winter ain't officially over. Yesterday, it was 60 degrees. And you saw what happened when it's 60 degrees and the day previously it was 30. You get a massive amount of wind. And when you get a massive amount of wind, you get limbs on the ground. And when you get limbs on the ground, you can't drive. And when you can't drive, you can't go to work. And we all need to go to work. That's exactly what's happened in the DMV. Winds were so high and so powerful. Trees were literally falling in the middle of the road. Don't believe me? Take a quick look at this picture right here. Yeah, look at that. That is destruction from wind. Wind is crazy. I was talking at a seminar yesterday to some kids. I said, the wind's going to come one way or another. You can't block the wind. All you can do is be in the way of it and get the repercussions of it, because the wind comes no matter what. Crazy, right? What's even more crazier is they're talking about we're going to get something close to 15 to 20 inches by tonight, guys. That is absolutely crazy. Think about it. It was 60 yesterday. Today turned out to be 31 with wind. So what's that chill factor? What's the wind chill factor? They said it was hitting on 28. It feel like 20. What are we doing now? What are we doing right now? Mother Nature, tell me. You're going through menopause? If you're going through menopause, I'm going to ask you to pause, because it's a little bit, we don't know where you're going no more. I don't know if I'm putting on shorts one day, flip-flops, and a t-shirt, or if I got to put on the whole fur outfit. I don't know what's going on. But we all going to figure it out, and we all going to figure it out together. Speaking together, man, politics, guys. Robert Kennedy has officially been head of the Drug and Food Administration, and he's making some big changes already. He's already in action saying that EBT can no longer purchase junk food. That's saying a lot right there. You can't just purchase whatever you want. America is really trying to dictate what you purchase with your money. Think about that. You ain't got to believe me, but Doge is trying to get Elon Musk to be able to have full access within the IRS to see your taxes, your personal funds, and where your money is going. Think about that. Is that something that you really want? I'm not going to give you a right or wrong answer. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm still trying to process the fact that we're giving a billionaire access to the IRS just because he's got $1 billion. He ain't proved nothing financial that he knows how to do. He knows how to make himself successful. He knows how to create a business. Doesn't mean he knows how to run a country. What else is kind of surprising is, why am I hearing from Elon Musk in the Oval Office more than I'm hearing from Donald Trump? I'm just trying to figure out who the president is. That's all I'm trying to say. Who is the president? Speaking of who is the president, y'all see what Elon Musk said? Son said to Donald Trump. He said, you ain't the president. You ain't supposed to be in this seat. And Trump over there just, oh, look at X. Look at X. Look at X. That's exactly what it Yo, Trump be, when Trump talk, I just start laughing, because there be some bullshit. The way the dude just sounds funny to me. I'm like, dude, you can talk to me all day, because it ain't gonna make a lick of sense. How we go from, I was going outside and I got a sandwich and all of a sudden I drank bleach. How did we get to this? You heard what he said about the wind turbines and how it was killing whales? What does wind and turbines got to do with whales? The wind from the turbines of the whales are killing the whales, and they're beached up in Maine. First of all, you don't know a soul that's ever been to Maine. I was told once you go to Maine, you don't go back the same. Speaking of don't going back the same, guys, politics, them boys is crazy. Pray for our president, ladies and gentlemen. You got to pray for that dude. Pray that he get it together, because the things that they talk about is crazy. Speaking of crazy things, we're going to go to the goddamn topic of the week. And the goddamn topic of the week goes to Cardi B. That's right, Cardi B, girl, Cardi. Oh, I saw you at the Super Bowl, that Super Bowl party. She was shaking that thing, boy. You see that wagon? Look at that wagon. Like, look, take a quick look at this video real quick. Take a quick look at that. Good God almighty, God damn, girl. God damn, Cardi. This is what you doing? You're coming like that? I'm just saying that you can't be up on the street. If Cardi B is on the street, on the opposite side, and I'm coming down the opposite, look, she ain't got a prayer or a chance. I'm coming. Miss B, Miss Cardi. I'm coming, Miss Cardi. Man, I'm just trying to say, if you're single still, I know you're messing with Stefan, but you ain't in a relationship. Offset said he already got him a new shorty. So why you got to be out here by yourself, girl? Come holler at the pharmacist. He got exactly what you need. Speaking of got what you need, ladies and gentlemen, I've got Ski Johnson, the #1 saxophone player in the world, right here live, late night at the pharmacy. And if you don't know who Ski Johnson is, take a quick look at this.
You say, feel so good, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, give it up for Ski Johnson! Woo, what's going on, big dog? Oh man, oh man, oh man. Ski Johnson in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, oh man, oh man. You guys are amazing. Let me rock out with it real quick. What's going on, big dog? What's going on with you, man?
Chilling, man.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. This has been a great day and a great time, man. Wonderful to finally have you here. We've been trying to get you here for a while, man. So we're just really happy to finally have you here. Man, how's the day been, man? How's life going for you?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Just doing my thing. It's a constant grind. It never ends. Never ends.
Man, you're definitely right about that.
Constant hustle, man. And the game has changed so much for when my first record came out, you know. It's totally involved to so many other things.
It has, man. I hear you're just getting off tour, by the way.
I was in Colombia for 3 weeks.
Nice, man, nice. That's so how does that international travel feel? Like, how does it feel to go overseas?
Man, I love it.
Hanging out with those Boricuas and getting all that good energy out there.
I love it, man. I love the people, man. They show me a lot of love. I love the cultures. It's educational.
Yes,
you
yes,
know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? I love it, man. And I love going overseas. I'm going back. I'm supposed to go back in Memorial Day weekend. Yeah.
Nice. So a lot of love. And the sport, and that, what I call music a sport, because it really is played like a sport most times.
Right.
How did you fall in love with music? Like, how did you choose the saxophone, or did the saxophone choose you?
Well, I suffered from a disease called alopecia when I was young.
Understand.
And like what Jada Pinkett had.
Yep, the hair loss.
And I went through changes and bullying, and that's probably why I don't like bullies today.
I'm not mad at you.
You know what I mean? So, or somebody that takes advantage of anybody. So I went through that, and that's how my mother introduced the clarinet to me that my grandfather used to play. And I started with clarinet and then went to Duke Ellington School for the Arts, Georgetown, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. So you picked that saxophone up, and that saxophone started singing to you. It started preaching to you, preaching to your soul in a sense.
Well, no, I wanted to be a clarinetist, but this cat was telling me, if you want to make some money, pick up the saxophone. This was back then, years ago. But I mean, I was determined, but eventually I picked up sax because I wanted to make a living, you know. And actually, I didn't even want to do music because I was like, I don't want to be poor.
You got to make money. It's like, look, if I'm going to make money.
I ain't want to be poor.
So, but you know, they say the saxophone is what they call the sexiest instrument to play for women. That's what I took a poll on my website, and women said the saxophone is what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the guitar. They be damned if they hear the drums. They said if he ain't singing, he better be on that saxophone. and coming in third was the piano and the keys. So do you play any other instruments outside of the clarinet and saxophone?
I play violin. I play piano.
Oh my gosh, man.
I play guitar.
Man, so anything with some strings on it, you just a dangerous man.
A little bit. Nah, but the sax is close to the human voice. You know, if you notice, that's why.
That's very true.
That's why we imitate vocal songs that you hear on the, famous vocal songs. We imitate it with sax, and it works well. You know?
I love the way you guys take modern music or music of that time and mix it with your own flavor of jazz.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you, I did some research about new jazz. Tell me about new jazz and how that came about.
Because I wanted to reach the mainstream. Like, I'm not your typical jazz artist. I do, like, everybody listens to my music. I mean,
true.
I started out doing the I was doing that, the old school, if you will, jazz or the traditional jazz. But I wanted to reach the mainstream, and I started incorporating rappers. Like I was talking to D Nice, we're gonna do something together.
Nice,
You know,
nice.
and just trying to stay within the mainstream of music and reaching the masses. And the only way you can reach the masses is have familiarity, you know, familiar music. So you can do that with taking the hits of today. Like I love Kanye West. I think he's a genius. You know what
Musical
I mean?
genius, guys.
Yeah,
He's a
he's a
musical genius. He
genius.
definitely is.
So I love what he do. So doing stuff like that, doing stuff that's not the typical thing. And I've never been a typical jazz artist. I've always been different.
And that's good. Because in this game, you want to be different. You don't want to be the same as everybody else. Because if you blend in, you don't fit in.
Correct.
This game, you have to stand out so you can get where you want to be. And that's exactly what you have. You've stood out of your class on numerous occasions. You don't have to agree. You fans don't have to agree, but his stats agree for him. He is a 5-time nominated Grammy artist, guys. This guy knows what he's talking about. So I want to know, how important is the traditional way of jazz versus this new style of jazz with these new players that are coming into the game? What are some things that you say that they should hold on to, and what are some things that you see that you necessarily don't like?
Well, the mind can't consume simple things. Like, I mean, it only can consume simple things. So that's why most reels are 11 seconds.
Correct.
Because the attention span is not that long.
Usually 3 seconds for video.
So when you do music, you got to do simple things, catchy things that can resonate with people. So if I'm gonna do a beat, it's gonna be a pocket beat. It's gonna be a beat that, you know, make the head move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
and
we
put simple
just-
stuff on top,
yeah.
right? So that's where I'm at. If you do too much, then you'll lose the listener.
That's true.
So
That's true. Speaking of losing the listener, hey guys, don't you guys go now to damn bit of nowhere. We'll be right back with more Late Night at the Pharmacy after this brief commercial break.
Yeah.
Still got Steve Johnson right here live in the building. Man, so I want to ask you a question. You have literally revolutionized the music game when it comes to music videos. Your videographer's skill, the videographers you load up, your mental mind to see how the project is supposed to go. How do you put those things together? I saw a video, you were on a yacht, all white, looking like you were supposed to be. Everything looking good. The women on there was looking good. The food looked good. He's out there just doing his thing. Saxophone players don't make this kinds of content. How did you decide to be something different in that?
Well, because I always want to do things different. And I pay the price for it.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm how can I say this? I'm looked upon as the different jazz artist, the bad boy, because I go against the grain.
Right.
And ain't nothing conservative about me.
You're
know what I mean?
revolutionary.
So I'm always, if they say ski, you can't do it, I do it. They say don't do that, I do it. So I've always done that my whole life. I do me.
So let me ask you this. Why does jazz have to be one way? If we've seen all these other genres still survive because they evolved in some form or fashion, why is jazz, quote unquote, still kind of stuck in that same mode? Because you're revolutionized the game. And I do see people that follow, you have a following of people that mimic your style now.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was the first person to bring their horn on the Grammy red carpet. After that, everybody started bringing. If you look at the Grammys now, all the instrumentalists are bringing their horns on. Guitar players are bringing their guitar. They're doing. Nobody did that. I started that at the Grammys. And when I first did it, again, when you do something new and different, you catch heat for it. People talk about it. I mean, I was like an outcast, but now it's popular. Look at the last Grammy and see people holding their horn, taking pictures. Nobody never did that.
That's very true.
I started that. So, but it's cool. I mean, but I'm always changing. I mean, they doing that now. I'm going to be moving on to something else.
I ain't mad at that. Speaking of moving on to something else, sir, where do you draw your inspiration? Because you said you were an outcast. You were someone that was bullied and picked on. Who were your scapegoats in the music game that you listened to that gave you your inspiration?
And it's not just music. Anybody that has nothing and somehow figures out how to turn nothing into something. That gives me inspiration. I don't care whatever you do. You don't even have to be music. It could be someone that any underdog, because I was that underdog, trying to find my way. I made a lot of mistakes from my first record to now. A lot of mistakes, a lot of learning mistakes, costly mistakes, but now I know. But I made a lot of mistakes, and I had to learn. So people that start there and where I was and trying to find how can I remember telling someone I wanted to make a record, they laughed at me. I remember being in the studio recording my first record, and the engineer said, it was a remake of Herb Alpert's Rise. The engineer said, well, I hope you don't have any inspirations for this, because it's not only going to be played after 12 midnight on WHR.
What?
And that record ended up being 382 stations throughout the country. That was my first record, but I knew nothing about the business. So I'm just saying, anybody where the odds is against you, you're underdog, and somehow you make it, I get inspiration from that, because they counted you out. Mm-hmm. They counted you out.
They said you weren't qualified.
They said you couldn't make it. The person that has whatever you're doing, and somehow you look up because life is like that. Let me tell you, one day you'll see that person, and the next day you'll see them, and you'll be like, how the hell, what happened? And that's how life is. You can't never count anybody out, and you can never it ain't over till it's over.
That's very true.
And that's 100.
That is very, very true. Speaking of not being over, This man has been active since 1988. His first project came out. And now we have the most recent project. Y'all go ahead and get it right there. Jazz for Life, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you can go pick this up on all streaming platforms or go get you a hard copy like your boy, the Pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need, baby. So, Mr. Ski Johnson, I want to know, what was your inspiration for this project? This project was absolutely like that. I want to know what your inspiration was for this one.
Well, you see the
Bring it right here.
the rope is, and there's a neck strap. You know, the neck strap is what you. So there's a significance to that. I've given my life to the music. I'm 10 albums in, 3 #1 albums. I mean, I've been in the game a long time. So I've given my life. So significance is I've given my life. It's Jazz for Life. I've given my life to the music. And I've taken all the good and the bad. And I'm still here, still standing, still moving, still prosperous. And that's what that's about.
That's right, guys. Like I said, go get yourself a copy of this now. Got a couple more questions for you. We're going to wrap it up, okay?
Sure.
So I want to know, what are other outlets for you? What are the outlets that you take outside of music that relaxes you, that gets you ready for your next project, place, or performance?
I like to swim.
Really? Brothers don't swim. Hold on now. Brothers don't swim.
I love to swim.
We be over there belly up.
I love to swim.
You know what I mean? Brothers don't make it in the water, so how did you figure that you could make it in the water?
No,
You said you stand out. You go against the grain.
I love to swim because it's good exercise and it's relaxed. I love something about the water that's free.
Ooh, I
to
like
me,
that.
you know, it's a freedom of the water.
Yes,
and
yes.
I like to swim. I like to read. You know, a lot of when you go through life and you go through changes, there's certain things that you thought you'll never do that you do, and that's how it's been. So I like reading, swimming. I do a lot of like thinking, like meditating, like sitting in a room and just thinking. One of my favorite books is Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. Okay.
That's a powerful book.
I'm gonna check that one out.
It changed my life.
Yeah, I love to read. I'm a book man. I'm a book man.
It's
so
a powerful. It is a powerful book, and one of the things it talks about is your subconscious and manifesting things. You gotta
speak those things,
and you gotta think. You gotta picture yourself doing it before you do it.
Getting to
before
that
it happens.
Right.
And it's not easy to do, but if you can picture it and you keep thinking about it, it'll happen.
I feel that. I definitely can agree with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of agreeing, I want to know who, dead or alive, this is the game we play called Dead or Alive. Who are your top 5 artists that you would want to work with? It doesn't matter, and you got to be in the same group or same genre as music as you. If you could pick 5 people or 5 groups, who would they be?
Wow. I want to work with Kanye West.
All right.
I want to work with Lil Wayne.
Come on now.
I want to work with
Weezy F, baby.
I love to work with Jay-Z.
Who wouldn't want to work with him?
I love to work with Jay-Z. Who else? That's 3, right?
That's 3. That's 3.
I don't know. I mean, I've already worked with so many people now, but let's maybe. They
don't have to be alive now.
Okay. Well, I wanted to do something. Well, Queen Latifah. I talked with. We had talked about working together. It just haven't happened yet.
Oh, what's going
over
on?
the years.
Oh, what's going on?
Whitney Houston.
Ski featuring Whitney. Oh my God.
Yes.
You talking about tearing the house down for real? Barn burning. Man, look, Whitney's voice was angelic. Yeah. Speaking of angelic, man, I want to say thank you so very much. Your voice is angelic. Your music is angelic. Please tell the fans how they can find you, sir.
My website is skijohnson.us. I'm on all platforms. Jazz saxophone with an A, JAZZSAX. SAXAPHONE. Jazz saxophone. I think I spelled that right. All platforms, and I'm very active on social media because I understand out of sight, out of mind. You got to stay visible, because people can't buy what they don't see.
That's very true. Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Ski Johnson. Give it up for Ski Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Man, oh man. Hey, coming up next, guys, we got Paul Jerry live in the building, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Commercial break.
C3W Wrestling. It's a must-see. It's independent wrestling at its best. It's gritty, passionate, and absolutely thrilling. Each match told a story. The rivalries felt real. The atmosphere was incredible. A perfect mix of hard-hitting intensity and high-flying excitement. If you haven't been to a C3W show yet, you're missing out on one of the best live wrestling experiences around.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got one of the hottest Hollywood actors in the game. That's right, Paul Jerry Pablo, baby, is in the building. And if you don't know who Pablo is, take a quick look at this.
Hey, babe.
Hey, baby, where are you? I just parked.
I'm at work right now.
At work? You're gonna be late.
Look, I know. I promise I'm gonna be there soon.
So you're just gonna have me waiting?
Of course not. Of course I know something came up. Big.
Of course it is.
Dang, they got all this jewelry and they ain't got no furniture.
What?
Oh, no, my baby. I gotta go. All right. Man, they got
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Pablo Jerry. Welcome to Late Night at the Pharmacy, man.
It's a pleasure.
Man, it's good to have you here, man. You always smiling, man.
It's good to be here, man.
Ladies, hold your panties now. Hold on, don't throw them drawers up on the stage now. This dude is a handsome dude.
Tranquilo.
I'm just trying to say, this is the handsome brother. He's well put together, man. Look, always the sharpest brother in the room, man. You trying to beat me today? I see.
Nah, bro, you sharp, man. Look at you, man. You got the powder blue, man.
Nah,
you got
bro,
the floral.
nah. You came in with the
Papi,
gray.
no competition.
Man, you got the black on top of the gray. You already right, because you shitting on all the competition. Like, what competition when Pablo in the room? Man, I just want to say thank you for coming over and seeing about us, man. How's everything going in your life?
Everything is going great, man. I actually just finished rehearsal. Left rehearsal and came straight here. We got a new play dropping March 16th.
Nice.
The Wedding, A Family Affair by Gil Nelson. So we're going to be at the Bowie Center for Performing
let me
Arts.
find out.
So I'm always busy, man. Always been busy.
Oh, man, speaking of being busy, man, you have an amazing story, man. Your background, like most people don't know about who Pablo is and where Pablo has come from.
Yeah.
So tell me about your upbringing. We're just gonna dive right into it. Like, all the theatrics going out the window. Tell me about your upbringing, man, and how your life was growing up as a kid.
But growing up as a kid, man, it was kind of rough. It was kind of rough, my dad, was handicapped. My mom's working in the government. My dad had a lot of issues medically, with his mental. So she would have to take off of work to support him. And I remember one day, he had woke up in the middle of his sleep and he ended up leaving out and he tried to catch the metro here, Branch Avenue. Got hit by a car.
Oh my God.
So he got hit by a car. Mind you, he's already handicapped. So he ended up, fracturing his arm and his leg.
Oh my gosh.
At the same time, my little brother, he was with these kids in an apartment complex and they flooded out this empty, vacant apartment. So he was the only black kid in the group and they ended up blaming it on him. So the company, well, not the company, but the leasing, they pretty much told us we had to leave. So we had 30 days to move out. I didn't know where I was gonna go. My mom didn't know, my sister, my dad was still in the hospital. So I got separated early, in 1997, I got separated and I ended up going to live with the pastor, which was up here in Clinton. My sister, she went to live with my brother. My mom and my little brother went to live with my grandma. And I was always just thinking about, what I could do to my life. I was always an entrepreneur, I always just wanted to, make my own money. And I would just watch stuff on TV and imitate it. So, I'm here at Surrattsville, doing plays, doing school plays and doing stuff at Poplar Hill. And I always wanted to reconnect, with my family. And it still was hard. So mind you, I'm living with this guy and it's going good, but then it starts getting rough. And I'm telling my mom, Ma, I don't wanna live here anymore. And this was my junior year at Surrattsville. And she said, well, where you gonna go at? I said, well,
Thinking the pastor would be the safest place to be.
See, the safest place, which is what I thought. would have been the safest place. So then I go to live with my so-called mentor, ex-mentor. So he takes me in, and kind of find out he's using me the same way that the pastor was using me.
Oh,
and it's
my.
like, man, God, like when I'm gonna get a break, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to just catch one.
Trying to just catch one. So, you know, I'm missing being around my family, but I'm constantly telling myself, hey, you know what, Pablo, you're gonna be the one to change, you know, the trajectory of your family. And one day, my family's gonna be reunited, and I'm gonna do it through the passion and the gifts that God gave me.
That's right.
Acting, art, comedy, and I'm gonna use everything that I have, man, and I did so much too at Surrattsville, you know what I'm saying, from outreach. You know, we was doing the outreach yesterday with the kids, you know, just from community service, you know, doing local stuff. And I just always knew something was gonna come out of this, man. And
So I'm gonna stop you right there because things did come out of it.
Yes.
A lot of positive things have come out of it. So many things have come out of it. It's kind of even mind-boggling after a certain point. Give me that dual shot real quick. Give me that dual shot. Guys, switch me over to that dual shot. I want y'all to see my face and his face at the same time. So when you came through Surrattsville, you did these minor, small, little intermediate plays. Was there a specific play? Was there a specific moment? Was there a specific reaction? Was there a specific stage to where you knew, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? There's nothing you can tell me. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I want to say it was Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes, Crystal Stair. And when I went and I walked out on that stage and I had everybody's attention and they were just like mesmerized. I'm like, God, like this is like a gift. Like nobody is saying nothing. You could hear a pin drop. They're laughing, they're clapping, they're crying, they're sobbing. I'm like, I have these people's attention and I'm like so young. I'm like, God, like who am I to have this gift that you placed upon me? And
powerful.
When I seen that, I said, okay, I need to further pursue this. And so when I went to college, you know, I joined the Drama Society, D-Side. We started doing Motown and much more. Fences, which, you know, Denzel ended up making into a film. I was the son Corey, you know, in the play.
Holla at your boy. He in the movie with the boy, with the guy.
Right.
He got one with the guy. What y'all doing out here? Y'all need to change your game. Y'all need to stop slacking. Anyways, back to you.
So it's just funny just looking at the stuff I was doing before it started, you know, getting popular. And, you know, I went through my pitfalls. You know, there were companies saying, hey, if you give us this amount of money, you know, you can be this big actor. John Casablancas gave him like $3 grand. I did one commercial.
That was the, if I'm not mistaken, Johnny Casablancas, that's like the talent agency, correct?
Yeah, so-called talent
Yeah.
agency. But they got these fake pictures up on the walls, making you look like you're gonna be the next, you know, this person or this person.
We're gonna make you the next something.
And
We
they
don't
don't
know
have
what
those
it is, but we're gonna make you the next something.
And they don't
and
have
what they
those
give you,
connections.
they didn't give me
They
nothing.
didn't give me those. So I was like, man, it was just interesting. And then I started, you know, figuring out, okay, when I graduated college, I said, okay, I don't have an agent, I don't have a manager, you know, but I still want to pursue my dreams. So I ended up starting my own art company out of college, and my aunt, Starletta Dupois, you probably seen her. She been in Friday After Next. You know, she's the old lady when Mike Epps like, man, y'all better stop moving around with that stuff. And they got their little pocketbooks, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. She started talking that trash.
So, right, she was talking that trash. She's like, you better get somewhere. So she told me, she said, Pablo, man, before you sign, because I was about to sign with BMG in New York. She said, before you sign, you need to work on your chops.
Wow.
I said, Auntie, like, what is chops? She said, I'm gonna give you this phone number, and I want you to call him. And I want you to be in his next play. He got a play coming up called Zelma, which was based off of pretty much the, right before the Declaration, what was it? The 1865, what's the joint that my man Abraham Lincoln,
Emancipation Proclamation.
Emancipation Proclamation. And it was right before the Emancipation Proclamation came into fruition. So I was playing like this guy that was like freeing slaves, you know what I'm saying? I had like the little old Southern voice like, come on now, boy, now, what we finna do now? And I started using that accent.
Throwing that twang on it.
And throwing that twang on it. And bro, when I did that play, it gave me even more confidence. And you know, theater is the foundation of acting. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, this is like theater. We're live, it's no cuts. But when you're in a movie and you miss a scene, all right, Pablo, cut. Hey, look, I need you to just be more aggressive on that last line.
Right.
But when you're doing theater, as we're talking, if I forget my line, I gotta remember, okay, what's a cue or what's your cue to remember that? And that helped me to get even stronger with film. Now when I do my takes, like, Pablo, you did that joint in one take, man. You ain't even have to, you know.
One take Willie is what they should call you.
Right, one take Willie.
Because Willie hit it in one take, and that's Pablo, AKA Willie.
Ya tu sabe, man. So it was just so beautiful, man. And 2017, I told my acting coach, I said, I think I'm ready for film now. I said, I've been doing too many plays. I built up my chops. I've been working, and I auditioned for a short film at Towson University, and it was called Second Chance. And I was auditioning just to be in the background. I said, I just want to be, a supporting role. And he looked at it, he said, Pablo, I want to cast you as the lead. I said, say what? I said, me. He's like, yeah, man, like I love the way you did the audition, man. And I did that film, bro. Didn't make no money off of it, but I got so much footage from that. And they could see me crying, they could see me serious, angry, and I just used all that for my demo reel, and that just shot me to everywhere I needed to be at.
Speaking of being everywhere you need to be at, that's exactly what you did. And you've done something in this game that I like to say is innovative. When people don't hire you, you do something called hire yourself.
Absolutely.
That is, I've always tell people, look, if ain't nobody hiring, you're always hiring. You want to be in a movie, make your movie. You don't know how to make a movie, go get a camera and put it up sideways, and you're going to be able to see the first steps of taking a movie. You make camera cuts look easy. I've seen you out in Mexico running. I'm like, look, I got people in people's places where people are at. My man out in Mexico he's like, I'm going to show you a life of day in Pablo when we running through the streets. This man got the shirt on. Out there, what ladies go back and watch it. Ladies, he's a thirst trap for you. He trying to catch up.
Hey, no siento excited, mami. Okay, I don't mean to do that.
She going to be able to, she coming for you, boy. She coming for you.
She coming.
But the way you did it, you were like, look, no, I don't have a cameraman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up cameras at certain spots. So I'm going to reach a destination point. So you know that I'm traveling. I'm actually putting in work. I'm not doing this just for gimmick. Yeah. And I love the way that you put that entire project together, putting your camera in the specific positions, because that goes with you being on set and understanding how things go. Yeah. So that is pretty amazing to me. What also is really amazing to me is that you're also a comedian. How did you get into comedy?
So I got into comedy, my aunt, she was like, Pablo, you're always telling stories. She said, that's all comedy is. You telling stories about, you being young, my father, being cheap. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you that story real quick. Like, when I tell you, my father was so cheap. Like, we really didn't have a lot of money.
Are we talking everybody hates Chris cheap? Are we talking, like, that's 10 cents worth of milk on that table, boy. You better get that.
Let me tell you what this man used to do.
Julius.
So it was three of us. It was me, my little brother, and my sister, right? So we was hungry, he'd go to McDonald's, he'd buy, not a Happy Meal, like, a Big Mac meal or something like that. And he'd be like, look, don't eat it all. I'm like, what? So I take a bite of the sandwich, my sister, my little brother, we'd get some fries. He'll go to another McDonald's in Camp Springs. Hey, the food was cold and the fries was cold. So they give him a fresh Big Mac and a fresh large fry.
Oh, he's swinging them.
So we eating that all. Then he'll go all the way to DC and do the same thing to like 4 different McDonald's until we all eat. I like, your dad, I think you're living like
man, we done spent more day in the car just trying to get the food.
Right,
we could have made some food at home.
Bro, he would take back cereal that we was already eating.
Hey, go ahead.
Like, bro.
Hey, go ahead.
One morning, I'm trying to get the Captain Crunch. He said, no, I need that. I said, Dad's already open. He said, I'm about to take it back. He took a vacuum cleaner back. Bro, he would just take stuff back. I'm like, Dad, like, what are we gonna have? But he would take it back to put gas in the car.
Boy, your daddy's so cheap, he make a penny look expensive.
Absolutely. He didn't even have his receipts and would still take it back. They knew he was gonna take this stuff back.
Here come that man looking for that food again. He always got that cold. How come did y'all make sure? I made sure it was warm. I was the one that put it out there. Manager gonna come out there next time. With
right, bro, and I tell you, but I learned so much from my dad, like negotiating, like I negotiate everything.
Oh, those are negotiation skills for real.
And he would negotiate with the mechanics, he would negotiate everything. And like I make sure like people, don't take advantage of me and I can like do that. But looking back, man, I'm glad, I don't have to go to more than one McDonald's, to feed, what I'm saying, the family and everything. But those moments, bro, they really like make you like, our car got repossessed, because my dad, I remember saying with my dad, pretty much when he went to the hospital, my mom had to go and quit her job to take care of him.
Right, roles have changed, roles have flipped.
Roles have flipped. So now we just got the Social Security money coming in, but it's not enough to take care of everything. So, bro, I was so nervous when we would have our EBT card, and every first of the month we would go to Weiss and we get groceries, and we have to push the grocery cart all the way home. And I'm scared, like, y'all hope nobody don't see me pushing this cart. They're like, dang, Pablo ain't got no car. So like I'm looking around nervous, I got hoodies on, like we pushing the cart. And it's just like those moments, bro, really just make you appreciate, where you at now, having stable transportation, you know, having food. Bro, that's one of the things that people don't realize. Having food in your fridge is like a win.
Take
and it's a
advantage.
flex.
Yeah,
it's
we
a
take
big
advantage of
flex.
that for real.
We
We
take
really do.
advantage of that.
Man, speaking of taking advantage, guys, don't you guys go down to damn bit of nowhere. We got to come back. We got to pay the bills. We got commercials, guys. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You know how that go. Don't go anywhere. We got Pablo Chill. We're going to be right here live in the building.
Why'd you get me out, old man? Why?
Just keep putting pressure on it. Keep putting pressure on it.
You know, I recognized you the second that I saw you. Any other man would have run away and left me behind. But you came back and helped me.
You're cut. What's your problem, kid?
Man, it's bad enough I gotta break into people's houses and steal their stuff. Now I gotta add attempted murder to my repertoire.
What do you want from me? He walked in on us in the middle of the night. He could have had a gun. It was him, or it was us.
Well, he could have had a gun, but you sure as hell did. Where'd that come from anyway?
It was him or us.
It was 65, Damien. 65.
Then he already had one foot in the grave.
I imagine it looks a bit different than the other night, with all the lights on.
Yeah, it does. Spill it, old man. Why did you drop the charges? Why did you let me go?
So, you like to read, Thomas? I guess it's Providence then that you wound up here.
Yeah. Circumstances, they could have been more ideal.
You're not a stupid kid. Why didn't you go to school?
I don't want to talk about it. My parents, they died when I was 15. They really didn't have a lot of money to begin with, so going to school was out of the option. Probably would have starved if it wasn't for Damien. Hey, it's Thomas.
I gave you everything when you had nothing.
You never gave me anything. All you've ever done was take. I had bigger dreams than this, Damien. This life of crime that I let you drag me into, I could have been more than just some common criminal.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I still got Pablo, aka Paul Jerry in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Baby.
So is it okay if I tell the story about the first time I met you?
Yeah,
Well, fake met you? First time I met you?
You know, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. You know we cool.
No, we're gonna tell the story. All right,
let
let me tell the story. Check us out. So first time I met Pablo, right? Well, fake met him. I was at his movie premiere at Wesley's Christmas that was directed by Chuck West. Chuck West is one of the #1 sought after directors in the entire world of Hollywood and Bollywood, guys. I said it. Yes, I said it. Hollywood and Bollywood. He's that damn good. He picked up Pablo. Pablo was in this movie with my man's Dorian.
Dorian, yeah.
And if you don't know who Dorian is, go over there and look at the Parkers and Professor Ogilvy. Yeah, that's Professor. Professor played the father in it, and the movie was great. It was at Howard Theater. Man, the premiere was absolutely amazing. Of course, you know, the Pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need was put up, and they put your boy up good. Shout out to Chuck. Chuck always takes care of me. Speaking of which, Pablo comes walk by me. Now, I got me something on my shoulder. I got me a piece on my shoulder. Shorty looking good. She's a turner of the head is what they say. Pablo come walking by. He didn't even look. I was like, who is this dude? I was like, hold on. First of all, his swag was on 450. Most of y'all got y'all swag on 100. This boy's swag was on 450. I didn't even know it could reach that high. Why'd you over here screaming 400, 400? This boy was like 450. They out here in the auction trying to figure out who got better swag.
Yeah.
So Pablo walks by and I was like, hey, sir, I tried to speak to him real quick, but he kept it pushing. I was like, oh,
I'm
man.
sorry, bro.
It is all good. It's all good. It's all good because God works in what we call mysterious
ways. Won't he do it?
So fast forward some years later, and by the way, he was phenomenal in the movie, absolutely phenomenal. Standing ovation from the entire cast. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. Guys, it was an amazing, phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go back and watch it. I just recently connected with you finally with our mutual friend and my sponsor, Journey Within Wellness, at the toy drive that happened in December. Tell me about how your community outreach has moved beyond the television film, because you are reaching more than just a community on the film and the things that you've been able to get put out. How are you able to go out in the community now and physically go touch these people?
Oh, bro, it's so beautiful because, giving back, God always said the greatest among you are my servants. And I always feel like the more you give, the more you receive. And I know right before the toy drive, we was with the Commanders, passing out turkeys with the Good Project in DC. And when you get a chance to just give more and like help people out, man, you just get to see God working in mysterious ways. And then right after that, we're giving out hot meals with Javante Davis, you know what I'm saying, in Upton Boxing Gym the day before, you know, Thanksgiving. So I always try to find a way to give back. But our executive producer, Donnell Grimes, he said, hey, Christmas coming around. A lot of people don't have toys. A lot of people need a lot of things. And why don't we try to alleviate some of that stress that's on their lives? And met up with Bilal. Bilal was like, hey, I finished my float therapy and I'm looking around. I said, bro, we could do a toy drive here. He said, bro, let's do it. Bro, we put ourselves on the three-way, me, him, our executive producer, and we planned everything within 10 days. Like our resources just quadrupled, and we had all the food that we need. We had all the toys. We collected so many toys, bro, that each kid got 4 toys. And we still have 4 boxes of toys left over and 3 boxes of clothes.
I know one kid got an Xbox, because I was there.
Xbox, bro.
I was like, what?
When we got there, what you saw was way more than what I saw the day before.
Wow.
So, like, pretty much all this whole row was just filled with toys.
Yeah, that back table was completely filled with it.
Man, God did something overnight, and Santa, well, I ain't gonna say Santa, but God did something overnight and just dropped the whole bunch. I see you looking at me.
Dropped a whole bunch of glory.
Dropped a whole bunch of glory, and man, we was giving out strollers, iPads. It was just beautiful.
There was so much that you had to go to the next location the next day and drop off the remainder because you just didn't know what to do with it.
Bro,
it's amazing.
That's what they mean when your cup runneth over.
It ran more than over. That cup runneth over, the table runneth over, it was on the floor, it was spilled everywhere. It was $35 worth of cents on the ground on spilled milk.
Absolutely, bro. But no, it's beautiful, man. And like I said, we're working on the next thing we want to do is a celebrity basketball game. So that's what we're working on doing now. And I think the more, it's not just about acting, you know, because you got so many people that look up to you, but how are you giving back? You know, how are you helping to put food in somebody else's mouth or helping to inspire somebody or even helping them to get to where you're at? So I think giving back, man, is just, it's so beautiful, you know, and I give back to my church. You know, we be planting flowers at different schools and different arenas. So I try to make sure I'm giving of myself and I'm not just receiving from everybody.
That's amazing. Speaking of receiving, I received a call because I got people in people's places where people are right.
You got the call.
You are the man that gets the call. So if I dial a number 9 double-digit 11, once upon a time, Pablito, AKA Mr. Jerry, Officer Jerry, was on the other side of that phone. How did you become a police officer? Because acting, comedy, police officer, I was told that you looked up to people like Martin Lawrence and Chris Tucker. How do we become a police officer from Martin Lawrence and Chris Tucker?
But I mean, you know, Blue Streak, you know what I'm saying? Rush Hour.
No, he wasn't even a cop. He played a cop.
He played a cop.
As an actor that was playing a thief.
A thief, right.
Ended up playing a...
So I saw the comedy and like, you know, maybe, you know, I could just, you know, protect the streets a little bit. I ain't got to get too in depth to it, but I did it as like a safe haven. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know, like I said, when I graduated college, I didn't have an agent, didn't have a manager. They wouldn't give me the art job. I said, all right, I'm gonna do a job that can help pay the bills, but I'm only giving them 10 years. Once that 10-year mark hit, which was May 28th of last year, I'm out and I'm doing my passion full time.
Man, took off on a run.
But I started getting typecasted because they knew I was a cop. They started casting me for cop roles. I was in We Own the City, episode 1 with John Bernthal, The Punisher. I kept getting casted as detectives.
Punisher, that was a great movie. Punisher, one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time.
I said, bro, I'm funny. Like, don't just keep casting me as a cop unless you're gonna cast me as a funny cop.
Right.
And so then people started seeing my comedic side, which was in Thanksgiving Roast. And I played the crackhead. They were like, his name was Boo Boo.
He had that crap. He was off that crack. What we talking about, Martin?
The crack.
He had the crack and the mouth.
I was like, excuse me, miss, you got die like a mile. Look, my name Boo Boo. And like, bro.
Oh, no, he got that DC. He got the DC. He got the DC crackhead in him. We got that DC.
Bro, we
got that Marion Barry in him. We got that Marion Barry in him. Got that Marion.
Bro, I'm telling you, we shot the movie right here in Clinton, bro. I was in character so much, right? A dude came up to me. I'm waiting for my scene. I'm scratching, itching, you know, like a regular
twitch, like hitting the tweak. Yeah,
twitching.
Getting in that scene.
Cameraman is right by the gas pump. He looking over, and the guy comes over. He like, yo, you got some gas? I said, I got 3 options. I said, I could just play along. I said, I could tell him I'm an undercover cop. I said, or I could play along as the crackhead. I said, nigga, gas, you got some crack? He said, oh, hell no, no. That dude ran so fast. He like, y'all asking for gas and he wanted crack. I ain't want none of that. The director was mad because he had his camera wasn't rolling. He was like, man, I wish I could have got that on some perfect BTS. But that just shows you, man, like I just take on these roles and I try to like put myself in the shoes of that character. No
You're
matter
the
what
real
character.
actor. You're the guy that when you say cut, go,
Right.
you're in full mode.
I'm still in character, man. Like I love it.
Speaking of character, one of the best stories I ever heard came from Dave Chappelle, and it was ironically from my favorite comedian of all time, Pablo.
Okay.
Maybe you'll get to be my favorite comedian. I love doing
Okay.
watching you work, man. I've got to go to one of your recordings this past weekend at Busboy and Poets. The boy is bad at comedy. The boy knows what he's doing. There's seasoned vets, and then there's Pablo. Just figure out which one
Watch out
he
for
is.
them cougars, y'all. They be coming after me after the sets, man. Cougar try to give me her handicap sticker. I like, stop, just play it. Like,
She said, baby, I got somewhere you can park.
right.
And I ain't talking about your car. You know, but hey, that long tongue.
Man, she gave me the life
all the
alert.
old women got the long tongues. They hang all the way side.
I don't
longer than
know.
the titties. Like, how did that even happen?
I think it just been marinating, you know what I'm saying? Just through the ages.
She said, I've been sitting on it.
She said she wanted her some young things. She said, okay, papi.
some young
I said,
meat.
yo, tranquilo, mami, tranquilo.
You want some young meat. She know what she wants. She don't want
Yeah,
she want her a Thundercat.
I gotta give me a little.
She want that thunder and that lightning to come with that cat in the back. You know,
I was like, Pablo, man, I'm a God-fearing man.
She said, I feel that. I fear all of that you got.
Yeah, man.
No parts.
That
of
was funny. That was funny.
No, man, but no, that's really, really dope. That's really, really dope. Pablo, I just want to ask a couple more questions as we get you out of here, okay?
I'm here for you, man.
So you go from being a police officer, but while you're a police officer, something miraculous happens. You get an award for acting. Tell us about how this happens and how all that worked out for you.
So it's funny that you said it. So, I said that I'm gonna leave the job, in 10 years. And at the time, my girl that passed away, I was waiting for my buddy, to put his 2 weeks in, because we started at the same time. I said, bro, you put your 2 weeks in yet? He said, nah. So I'm waiting on him. So I tell her, she said, what you waiting on? I said, hey, he's gonna put his 2 weeks in. She said, Pablo, he's not an actor, he's not a comedian, he's not an artist. He doesn't have the talents you're doing. Like, why are you making your journey about somebody else? Speaking of journey, shout out to Bilal. Why are you making this journey about somebody else? You make this about you. I said, okay. I put my 2 weeks in, and a few days later, I ended up doing a short film called Caught Up, which was the clip that y'all seen in the beginning. And it was like, yo, Pablo, mind you, I just finished a 10-day shoot. And I'm tired, man. I was supposed to take my grandparents out. We were supposed to do something for a birthday. I was like, yo, babe, I can't do it. I got to shoot this film. Bro, we shot that film for 21 hours. That was the longest time I ever been on set in one setting. Like, I was so tired, bro, from shooting the scene. Everybody left at 2 a.m. I still had to do a voiceover, and I had to shoot the last scene of me coming up the steps, with the light, breaking into the house.
Now, that scene was tough. He was like, you on the phone with his shorty. She's
Yeah.
like, baby, when you coming to dinner? And he was like, I'm working a little
Baby,
late.
I'm at work.
Man, and they're working. He's like, man, ain't no furniture, but they got all this jewelry. I was like, she was like, say what? He was like, nothing.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
So pretty much in that film, I get caught up because I'm trying to break into the house, and as I'm trying to leave, they bring me back in the house, and now I'm fitting in with the family. And bro, on June the 4th was my official last day on paper at work. And so, I turned in all my uniforms, everything, and then I get a call from the director. He said, Pablo, man, you won't believe what happened. I said, bro, what? Like, surprise me. He said, yo, you just got nominated for Best Actor. I said, what? I said, bro, I've never had any nominations, and let alone my first acting film festival, my film that was in the film festival. And so I knew, I said, okay, God, this is confirmation. I'm walking in my purpose.
Yeah, you pushing me out.
And yeah, I can't do that life anymore. And I can't walk on the fence. It's either I'm a full-time actor or I'm not gonna be nothing. I can't just do cop and be and one or the other.
You
so
have to pick, yeah.
I'm glad I chose size, man, and that was like the best decision.
And I'm happy you
life.
chose that decision, because out of that decision, you got a company that you created on your own called Crew TV. Tell me about Crew TV and how y'all cultivated that, because y'all some bad boys over there. Y'all some bad boys.
So Crew actually started roughly 2017.
Okay.
I came back from Jamaica. My buddy like, hey, Pablo, I want you to audition for this role. You're gonna be a dope kingpin. I said, okay. He was like, man, and the script went through a couple revisions. So Sony loved it. Warner Brothers, all these people loved the script, but they wanted to recast the whole cast.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do what y'all been doing with these other movies. You got New York acting like they from LA. You got LA acting like they from DC. Y'all don't know the DC culture. Y'all don't know about the go-go, mumbo sauce, stuff that we know as DC Tonians. So
That's what y'all call DC Tony?
the DC Tonians.
Okay, let me find out.
So we put it on the fence, and then we ended up getting a call back from Sony. So like, hey, I'm gonna throw 30 grand into the project just to shoot the sizzle reel. So not even the whole series, just to shoot a 3-minute clip, which we shot in about 2 days. And when I tell you, man, it started picking up, man, just growing. And my job ended up asking me about one of the scenes. But I was like you right now, man. I had this big old brick of just powder, not cocaine. It was crack, but it was cheese. And so they looking at it like, yo, Pablo, like, you doing drugs? I said, no, bro, that's acting. Like, this is fake. This is like drywall powder.
You got some soft, bro? Is that soft?
Right.
Is that the girl or the boy?
And just to tell you about it, bro, you know, just doing so much research on like all the dope kingpins, you know what I'm saying, DC, Rayful Edmond, you know what I'm saying, just looking at all the guys, you know, Ears of Christ, Kurt Bone, just looking at all these guys and just studying how they talk, you know what I'm saying, what the slang is, what was popular back in the 80s, bro. They had me in the 300Z pulling up. I had the shorty with me. We had
the fair lady, boy. You had the fair lady.
We had all the gear. Like our wardrobe stylist is from the Jeffersons.
Oh.
Bro, in the Cosby Show, and she had me like fit perfectly, man. And I think it's funny I left my job as a cop and I'm about to be a dope dealer in a TV series.
Pablito, you over there with the yayo?
Like, yo, papi, no Escobar, okay? But they got a little cocaine.
Right, play with it. No,
I had to tell her, look, man, I don't do coke. I don't mess with the sugar.
No booger sugar.
But that just shows you, man, like how much I really didn't know, you know what I'm saying, about like, you know, the crack and everything, because they like, you got to put it on the scale, then you got to weigh it. Bro, I was stacking the crack like Legos.
I don't know the recipes, so you gotta put it on there, you gotta break it down, pass it around, put it in the bag, and it's all glad.
The guy was like, yo, Pablo, you ain't gotta stack the crack like Lego, just put a big joint and a little one next to it.
Look, I don't fool with crack. I didn't know there was a way.
I don't know nothing.
I didn't even know what it looked like till today. Apparently, this is what it looked like.
Right, bro, it was so much, man. But crew, man, you know, we're gonna be in pre-production pretty soon. We got some big investors, you know, looking at it, and I feel like, man, we competing with Power, we competing with The Chi, we competing with BMF, because
you guys are there.
Every city has their story. LA, Chicago, New York, Paid in Full, Atlanta, but nobody knows the story about DC.
That's true.
Bro, Alpo came to DC to mess with our guys, you know what I'm saying, with Rayful Edmond and all them. Like, they don't even talk about the importance of DC in that crack epidemic, in that crack era. So we our story, man, is gonna be told. HBO was trying to get our story. They're like, you're not saying our script, because you know exactly what you're gonna do.
You're gonna mess around and try to copy, flip,
you're
and
not
rip
gonna
and
see
dip.
nothing that we got. Nada.
See, like I found out about the crack epidemic through Marion Barry. When I found out that whole story about how the mayor and everything, how, no jokes aside, like that is a real story. That is real DC history, and it really exposed that underground world to, because like, I'm from St. Louis. To the rest of the world, like Cat Williams said, DC looks like the White House.
Right.
But to the rest of the world, what DC really was what they called Chocolate City. And I didn't know that until I got here. And I was like, whoa, I thought it was just politicians and politicians that didn't look like me. They look like my shirt. No, it is Chocolate City, and they have their own style of music. They've got their own food. They've got everything that you need. They're a one-stop shop. And not only are they a one-stop shop, they produce the best of the best. People like Taraji P. Henson, your Martin Lawrence's, your Dave Chappelle's, your Chico Beans, the new guys.
John Bernthal, too.
John Bernthal, and your up-and-coming guys like Terry Goofy Jones and Anderson Hall. These guys are up-and-coming, and APAP, my boy APAP.
Yeah, APAP.
These guys are up-and-coming, and the lineage that they're seeing and the example that's been set, I appreciate you guys for following in the footsteps and not taking the same mistakes, but making those mistakes and doing better from those.
Absolutely.
Speaking of mistakes and doing better from those, tell us about these new projects. You got some projects. You got a good major project coming up. Can we talk about it?
I mean, if you want to, yeah, we can talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Tell the world what you got going on.
So we actually are getting ready for our new movie dropping 420 Stoners, directed by my good bro Cricket. Actually, Stan is actually in charge of this film, and it's crazy. I don't even smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of a Stoners movie, man. So y'all gonna see a whole different side, you know, of Pablo. Like I said, we got the play coming up March 16th. The wedding, a family fair. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. And like I said, we got the Crew TV series. I got another film that just dropped too on Xfinity. And if you don't have Xfinity, you can actually go on my website, and check it out as well at paulcjerry.com. But we moving and grooving, man, and God has just been opening up so many doors and just allowing me to give back to the kids. Yesterday we was with the YMCA talking to over 100 kids from DC, Philly, Jersey, Virginia, and just sharing my story. And some of the kids like, hey, can I be an intern? Can I, take pictures? Can I do this? So it was a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
All right, last question for you. We're gonna play a quick little game. It's gonna be real short, in and out there.
Okay.
It's called If and When. If and when. You're gonna pick an actor that you wanna work with, if you can, and when or what would you be doing in that movie, or what would you guys be casting in? Now, you guys are the main acts in these movies, all right?
Okay.
So, give me 3 artists and what you would do with those actors or actresses.
Okay, so definitely Denzel, Denzel Washington. I would love to do like a heist movie with Denzel Washington,
Now, would you be the antagonist or the protagonist?
I would be the antagonist. Since I'm always a good guy, I would be, like
Stretch
that
yourself.
bad guy, like a little cybersecurity type guy who knows how to manipulate stuff. And then Denzel's trying to figure out what I got going on. Then I got eyes,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would do something like that with him. And if I could bring my bro Chadwick Boseman, back to life, I would definitely do like a movie about family, going back to Africa and showing the roots.
Really, what he's trying to say is he would be in that next Wakanda movie where Storm actually becomes the wife and husband of my boy Chadwick Boseman, and they have him.
right.
The next Panther. That's what he really want to be, the Panther.
Yeah, and definitely
the Panther, MCU.
The Panther.
The Panther.
Hey, cause I'm fit too, man. I run 6 miles a day.
Brother Stack,
you know what I'm saying?
Brother Stack.
I box with some of the people that y'all see on TV.
Yes.
Now, me and Tank, you know what I'm saying, we fought in Ireland, with Team USA. So I would love to do a movie too, man, with Sidney Poitier. I definitely got to bring Sidney Poitier back.
Woo, Sidney is my guy.
Yeah.
Now, make it real quick, but Sidney was the first man to slap a white man on television
Right,
for a film.
and get away with it.
And get away with it. That changed the game for how film and how black actors and entertainers were looked at in the game of film.
I agree.
That was the Sidney Poitier. Without Sidney Poitier, there is no Denzel.
There is no Denzel.
There is no Samuel L. And there is no Morgan Freeman.
Right.
They don't
I like the way
exist.
you do that, Morgan Freeman.
He's the narrator. That boy, you can put the Bible on Morgan Freeman and you mess around. Listen to the whole thing. Like, as long as you hear the new Nova, all of Nova, it's Morgan Freeman.
It's Morgan Freeman.
He's so daggum good. Will Smith said, I'm going to try my next stand. Will Smith now on Nature Films.
I feel like he's been old his whole life. Like, I feel like he came out the womb.
When Lean On Me, he ain't looked no different since Lean On Me. His whole style been leaning the whole time. But he look good. He look good.
Morgan
They don't
Freeman,
crack.
I love you, bro. Nothing against you.
Yes.
I love you. I love you, Sidney Poitier.
Man, how can everybody find you? Plug yourself real quick. How can everybody find you?
I'm on all platforms at Paul, P-A-U-L, the letter C, Jerry, J-E-R-R-Y, on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and that's also my website too. You can stay up to date. I keep it updated with my videos, my reels, anything you want to check out. Paul, P-A-U-L, the letter C, Jerry, J-E-R-R-Y. Que lo que, baby? Ya tú sabes.
K-Lo K, that's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up for Paul Jerry Pablo. Appreciate you guys having me. Hey, you guys don't go down a damn bit of nowhere. We'll be right back. When we come back, we got those closed captions. We got to pay these bills, and you know what it is. We'll be right back. Appreciate you for stopping by.
As I was saying, Harvard is not a place for everyone. Shoot, we finally got a black man for a teacher.
Shit, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, what up, bro?
We straight. As I was saying, Harvard.
Hey, man, he trying to dish you.
Man, I know he ain't talking. He probably been locked up more than me and your ass put together.
Get him.
Oh, Jimmy the Cricket suit wearing ass motherfucker.
Get him.
Oh, short Colin Powell haircut having ass motherfucker.
Get him.
Oh, Angela Davis mustache wearing ass motherfucker.
Get him.
You little short Richard Pryor shortcut thing having on the side ass
Get him.
You little Sammy Davis Roy Jr. haircut afro having ass motherfucker. You little dynamite disco devastating beater.
Get him.
You little Don Cornelius with a haircut. Gentlemen, can you please sit down? I would like to continue. My bad. I'm done. You straight.
I'm straight. Welcome back, everybody. What an amazing episode of Late Night at the Pharmacy. Man, Ski came in, shut down the interview, and of course, my boy Pablito came through and shut it down as well. Guys, I just want to say thank you guys so very much for coming through, and I pray that your journey continues to be blessed. Speaking of being blessed, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsors real quick. This episode was sponsored by Indulge. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You do your best to stay hydrated out here, so when you do, you might as well indulge. Indulge with a pH balance of 9.5 and the best alkaline water you can drink. We want to say special shout outs to them because they've landed iHeartRadio and also now the Roots Picnic, guys. Special shout outs to them. You can catch them in Amazon, Walmart, or any platform that sells groceries. You can get Indulge water. And when you get it, let them know that the Pharmacist, he sent you, baby. Also, we got our sponsors, Journey Within Wellness, Butler Cooking, Triple Dimension Detailing, K&F Financial, and now Emo's Pizza, and also our newest sponsors, Lux Smile. That's right. You want to get your grill fixed? You want to get it hooked up? All you got to do is call them right now. And if you drop the name The Pharmacist, Mr. Got what you need, 70% off on all your dental needs. You heard me right, 70% off all your dental needs. And if you go to Triple Dimension Detailing right now, 10% off when you drop the name The Pharmacist. When you go to Journey Within Wellness and you drop the name